Hi, and welcome to Life Skills with Louie. Today we're going to be talking about a set of skills I call the Quadruple S. If you haven't watched the introduction to Connecting to Calm, which is the section you're in, I encourage you to watch that. And if you haven't watched the introduction to the entire video series, I think it's a good idea to watch that as well to understand how all the skills fit into the different sections and when to use what. So to dive right into Quadruple S, I coined this name. All of these skills are completely organic and self-evident. So I certainly didn't come up with any of these, but I put them all together. And if I had to guess where I learned them from, various sources, um, but really the inspiration is animals, of which the human species is one type of animal, which we sometimes forget. And a part of forgetting that is that as we walk around as humans, doing our kind of busy, stressed days, we will kind of just hold tension and kind of stay still, and that is stressful. So the Quadruple S is 4 skills that all start with the letter S. And I thought about doing it as a video that was each skill one at a time, but really they all go together. So it's good to just lump them. So forgive me if this one's a little longer. The 4 S's are shaking, stretching, sound, and safe discharge. And I'm going to go through each of these. So shaking, just kind of shaking it out, is something many, if not all animals do, especially after a moment of tension. And it's so quick and so useful to literally shake out tension. Of course, you never want to do it to an area of your body that's been injured or has a chance of being injured. Be gentle with how you shake, but you can shake any part of your body, your head, neck, shoulders, arms, abdomen, chest, pelvis, legs, feet, whatever feels good. Listen to your intuition. And it's surprisingly effective to bring more of a sense of calm pretty quickly. Obviously not something you'd probably do a lot in public, but if you have some private time, a little bit of shaking can be really helpful. The second S is stretching. So just whatever area of the body feels tense, just a very gentle stretch of that part of the body. And same thing goes, any part of the body can be stretched, taking a few moments to stretch. And then you could be alternate off. You do a little shaking, you do a little stretching. Again, listening to your intuition about where needs to be stretched. But we forget to just take a little time to stretch out the body. And it's really helpful and really simple and totally free. The third S is sound. So as you're shaking and stretching, intuitively, if you get the impulse to make sound, make it. It can be really helpful for releasing tension. So if I'm stretching my neck and I just sigh, make a sound, whatever sound feels good. It could be a more of a release sound. It could be, any emotion, just a little an angry sound. If you're alone, you can make whatever sound intuitively feels okay to you. Play around with it. Be creative. Um, it's extremely helpful. So we have so far shaking, stretching, sound, and then the last S is safe discharge. So it's kind of the verdict's out on discharge of emotion, I think, within the whole psychotherapy field as to when it's helpful and when it's not. But it is definitely helpful at times. And I put safe discharge as the qualified term because you don't want to discharge emotion in a wild way that it could harm you, could harm anyone else. But a little bit of discharge of energy can be really helpful. There are so many examples of this and so many types of therapy that do these types of practices: somatic therapy, gestalt therapy, core energetics, to name a few. So you can explore ways to discharge emotion, but I'll just explain a few. So if you, for example, if you're feeling really frustrated and if you just push on a wall, um, it can help you to feel the frustration and kind of let it go into the wall, or stomp the ground a little bit in a safe way, or just make a sound into a pillow. Or I learned this one in co-counseling, which is a wonderful type of therapy. It's called Co-Counseling International. You can look it up, where you wring a towel and just sort of discharge the emotional energy that way. We hold energy in the body sometimes, and it's unhealthy to do so. Um, so these four S's, shaking, stretching, sound, safe discharge, can easily go well together. It can be kind of a little session that you do with yourself when you're feeling pent up with emotion. And I really encourage you to try it, explore it, listen to your intuition, search online for different ideas for how you might stretch or make sound or discharge emotion safely. And this is an extremely useful practice. Thank you for listening.